Hello, world. It's me, Tina Marie, giving an update. So I'm driving around in my friend's car, trying to do some deliveries with food and whatnot, running errands. But I figured I'd give an update of what's going on in my life. So, last time I made a video, I was working DoorDash, and I was dealing with my kids every day after school and stuff, and going over to my ex's and getting my kids so they weren't home alone and all that. Then I went a little loony. I was attacked by my mom, and then I split town, and my car broke down, and it was just kind of a bunch of dumb shit at the same time. So then I came running back home with my tail between my legs, and I landed up in Olympia, and I lived in the park there with some wonderful, wonderful people. Homeless people are some of the best people you ever know in your life, I swear to God. And then things got rough out there on the street, just a little bit. Not like, I was out there. I wasn't getting any new habits or anything. I was drinking like a fish, because that's what you do when you live in the park, waiting for a spot at the tent city, which never developed. But while you're waiting for all these programs that everybody has for all these homeless people, you gotta wait. You gotta exist in between. So a lot of times I was just sitting in the park drinking. So I ended up getting attacked by this random guy because I'm just a magnet for that bullshit. And it kind of tipped me off my PTSD, and I kind of freaked out, and I really needed a safe place to go. So I went back towards my kids, and that was a bad move. Because my ex escalated, and now that his ex-girlfriend, his girlfriend lost her job. She was home with my kids all the time, so now he needed to make up this fight about how I wasn't allowed to be there, even though I was kind of staying there in his garage for a while, and so it was wild. Anywho, he and his new girlfriend shared a room with my son. And that was not okay, because it's bad enough that he ever heard mom and dad. He don't need to wake up and hear mom and some strange lady having relations. And he said he did, and it made him uncomfortable. So I told the ex, I'm coming back here this evening, and he needs to have his own room, because there's plenty of space there. And he knew he was, and he said, okay, I'll have his room. And then I left. So I went to a show, and then I went back there. I really didn't have anywhere to go. I wasn't going to stay there, but I was going to check and see what was going on with my son, and then go out to the campground over by his house and go to sleep. When I showed up, the long and the short of it is his girlfriend put her hands on me, and I smacked her hand away, and then Brian jumped in on me. So that would be Victoria attacked me. Then Brian helped attack me, and then they beat the shit out of me. I have a broken finger. I had bruised ribs really bad. I had bruises head to toe. My foot. I lost my shoe. They took my necklace. All kind of stuff. And then he held me on the ground. He held me on the ground like a cop. And I kept telling him I'm having a hard time breathing. Just get off me. I'll leave. And he's like, no, I'm calling the cops. So he heard the cops coming, and when the cops took their sweet ass time getting there, he had me on the ground, and she was kicking me in the head and coming back in and out, and then all of a sudden he jumped up and let go. So I went after him, and when the cops showed up, it was poor Brian up against the wall where mom beat him and her single-handedly, because I'm a ninja. So anyway, his old cop buddies, guys that we went out drinking with when we were married, his old cop buddies arrested me, lied and said that I spit on him because I was screaming, because I was crying, and he kept telling me to quit crying, and I couldn't quit crying. I was just hysterical. And I thought the cops were going to kill me. That's how hysterical I was. I thought that his buddies were going to show up and accidentally kill me on the way to fucking jail. That's how PTSD works in my head now with the cops and with him. So they put a spit bag on me, and it's all I said to them, and you can see it all on the body cam footage, was, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me. And I never spit on him. The guy didn't have a body camera, the guy that said I spit on him. So anyway, I'm now charged with a felony assault on an officer and 2 counts of domestic violence. So, the one time that I stood up to him, I knew he was going to escalate, but I really didn't think he would go that far. And I guess everybody says that, right? Oh, I never thought he would go that far. Well, he did go that far. And now, after a 20-some year relationship, 10 of which was a horror show, now I'm the one charged with domestic violence. And it's like, this is insane. How does this guy get away with doing all the stuff that he did to me? And now I have to go do the stuff that he should be doing, so they're probably going to recommend, they kept trying to give me a deal, and the deals weren't good because I didn't do this. They said that I attacked him and all this stuff, and I kicked her in the chest. Well, how am I going to kick you in the chest? I'm not a ninja. I don't do no high side kicks like on Mortal Kombat. But if I'm on the ground and you're on top of me, yeah, I'll probably kick you. So, not that I remember kicking her, but that's the only way I can think of that I kicked her in the chest. So, but anyway, there's no contact order with me and them and my children. I haven't seen my children in 3 months, since June 14th. I spent my son's birthday in jail. I spent Father's Day in jail. And I may not, I might have to move my court date out even past my daughter's birthday. So it looks like I'm going to miss both their birthdays. And woe is me, but this is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And the public defender that I have, Helen Chabot, bless her ever-loving heart, she does not like me. She doesn't believe me. She's mean and rude. The only time she's nice to me is when there's someone else there. But if you have somebody else there, you no longer have lawyer-client privilege, right? And I tried to get my case moved to somewhere else, and they wouldn't take it. So I'm having a trouble here with all the hell that I've gone through to fight with love for what was right. Now I'm up against a wall again. The white wall, here you go, the white wall. But that's what happens when you have trouble with the police, because nobody cares. They never took my statement. They never asked me what happened. He just said what happened, and he lied and said this and that, and then you can tell what his report said does not even match what was on the body cam footage. Okay, but none of that's important. The important part is, I am a little bit stable now. I have a place to live, a very safe place to live, with family friends that I have not been very close with, but other people in my family are very close to them, and they're great people. I mean, it's insane. This is the first place I've stayed at in a long time where I wasn't gaslighted and picked on and lied about. They don't sit there and say one thing and then turn around and go, I didn't say that, So I'm trying to help them out. They're helping me out. But the goal is to get some employment, but I can't get employment now because of all these charges and nobody wants to hire me. So still delivering the DoorDash, as long as that will last. And I'm really hoping that for a miracle in this trial, because this is insanity. There's no reason that I should have to be abused for 10 solid years. 10 solid years this man made my life a living hell. And anytime I tried to make it better, he would sabotage it. Bless his heart too. I watched those layers get put on him. He was never like that before he joined law enforcement. He's a little jealous, a little weird, but never like that. Never like this. The mind games and the almost hypnosis mind fuckery and trickery is just insane. I don't know where he learned the shit from, but whatever. The big boys club, I guess. Law enforcement do that. I don't know. But I need to get stable so I can take care of my children. My children think that I have a restraining order against their father. I can't really tell them that that's not true because I can't talk to them. My son still texts me every now and then, and it just tears at my heart, and I have to just handle it, and tell him, don't tell him anything, or just say I'll see you soon or something. This is insanity, and it this shouldn't be like this. I don't know. Something good has to come out of this. And I know I keep saying that about everything, but something good does have to come out of this, or else, like, why? What's the point? My children should not have to go through this. My children should not have this mind fuckery that he has put on all of us. My mother did tell me that my son has his own room now in the garage, which is fantastic. And that's how it should have been for a long time. And I guess if it took mom getting her ass beat and going to jail for him to get his own room, then that's what moms do, because moms take care of their kids. And if he's pushed me out to a point where I can't take care of them, at least I can take care of them that way. And that's kind of where I am with this fight, is I refuse to give up on this because it's wrong. And they shouldn't have to be exposed to all this mind fuckery and then see that mom gets to get beat down like a dog, and comply. Compliance above all is all all he wants, all anybody really wants, but compliance. And that's just not right, and my children know that, and my children know that I love them, but they're being mind fucked right now, thinking that I don't want to be around them, so he orchestrated all of this, and I fell right into the dumbass trap because I'm a dumb hoe sometimes. It's not like, I knew better, because like I said, I really didn't think he would escalate like that. And people kept asking me, are you sure you're safe going over there? When you go over there, I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. We barely talked to each other, and we didn't. Anytime we would see each other over at his house, hi, bye, and that's it. Because there is no relationship, there's no, nothing. It's just, he has my kids, and I was homeless. So I was trying to make the best of a bad situation and still stay in touch with my children and make sure that they weren't home alone by themselves. But so he ended up orchestrating all this bullshit trap, and I fell right into it. So I really need to find a way to articulate that to other women, that you keep fucking around with these fuckboys, and this is the kind of bullshit that will happen. Because if you don't leave the first time and stay gone the first time, you had it coming. Sorry, I don't make fucking rules. Fuck the rules. I hate the fucking rules, but I'm just here to tell you that's the rules. If you don't fucking leave the first time, you don't take that chance, they ain't gonna help you the second time. They ain't gonna help you the second time. Look what happened to homegirl, chief of police's wife. How many times did she ask for help? But in space, no one can hear you scream. So I'm just trying to stay afloat, really. I have a really good opportunity right now because of the people that I'm staying with. They treat me really good, and I have a safe place to sleep. I have my own bedroom. I have a bed that's not on the floor, like a real bed, a mattress, with blankets, and I have some of my things that are my things. Most of my stuff is still at his house, or just gone. But I'm trying to be grateful for the things that I do still have. And I'm up against a fight that I have to fight. I can't back down on this one like I backed down on all the other ones, because that's how I got to this point. So I'll be doing a whole bunch of bullshit. But whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna do it for the kids. I mean, that's what moms do. Moms take the brunt. Yeah, dad carries the weight and all that. And you know what? Sometimes dad don't carry that weight. Sometimes dad just puts all the weight on mom and lets her suffer and carry it. And that's the kind of person my ex is let other people handle it. The kind of person that sweeps food under the refrigerator because someone else will get it, but whatever. That's where we are now. So I'm trying to hang in there. I'm trying to stay strong. And I look like shit because I feel like shit. But man, these people feed me so good. It's so crazy. But I'll be back later. Tell you some more shit. Thanks for listening.